Hello and welcome to the last sports night of the year.
Yep, this is the last time Shelby or I will ever welcome you to the studio.
Woo! Yeah! Woo! Sounds like they're happy you're leaving.
Yeah, well, I can't say I blame them, but I'm not quite done making our crew miserable, so let's start the show.
The men's tennis team started hot this season. Could they keep it going in several meets over the weekend?
Nathan Ford does his best in the batting cage, as you can tell by the grunting, but spoiler alert, his best isn't very good.
I think it gives the families and the kids a sense of hope and knowing that they have more support.
And as Fall Out Boy said, dance, dance. They do just that at Dance Marathon.
Welcome to the studio for the last time of this school year.
And for the last time in our careers. I'll be graduating this May, and Kyle, well, he does his best.
Come on, I'll be graduating too.
In 2013?
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But let's not talk about my grades right now. Let's talk about tennis. Truly a milestone for SportsKnight. It's the first time we've ever led off a show with the racket swingers. Last Wednesday, the men were home in Hoover Fieldhouse, taking on the Dewhawks of Loras College. In doubles, the Knights would start strong as Yusuf Chowdhury and Brian Rasmussen jumped all over their opponents to start the match. They score the point as Rasmussen gets the tip off the net. Knights get lucky. Then Rasmussen scores an ace for the Knights as John Moore of Loras can't handle his serve, hitting it back into the net. Right next to them, Eric Hilpert and Blaine Willitson took care of their business as well. After a couple times of back and forth, Eric Hilpert puts perfect placement on the tennis ball to score for the Knights. Both Wartburg teams would go up early 4-1 and 5-2. All three of Wartburg's doubles teams would win, the closest win being 8-6. The singles of the Knights were even more dominant than doubles as Rasmussen gets an ace right there, and Eric Hilpert would get his man moving, and with some good ball placement, his Dewhawk opponent wasn't able to handle the pressure. Hilpert would run away with his match as well, winning both games 6-1, and the Knights would sweep the Dewhawks. The Knights would win this meet with a final score of 9-0. It was their first conference win of the year, moving them to 7-5 overall and 1-1 in conference play.
The men's team was then in action again on Saturday. First up in the morning for the Knights was Morningside. The Orange and Black dominated once again, defeating Morningside 8-1. In doubles play, Eric Hilpert and Blaine Willitson defeated Reed Rosen and Gustav Hallnagel 8-2. Yusuf Chowdhury and Brian Rasmussen defeated Alex Struck and Austin Grundy 8-2. And rounding it out in doubles play was Josh Trueblood and Coy Wigman. They defeated Hunter Wren and Jordan Ogren 8-2 as well. In singles play, the Knights were just as successful, with the only loss coming from Chowdhury as he fell to Grundy 6-1, 2-6, and 10-7. Rasmussen defeated Rosen 6-1 and 7-6. Hilpert beat Hallnagel 6-1 and 6-2. Willitson defeated Wren 6-0 in both. Dayton Stevens found a victory against Alex Struck by finals of 6-0 in both. And finally, Trueblood defeating Ogren 6-1 and 6-0.
On Saturday afternoon, the men had another matchup, this time against former conference opponent Cornell. This one was closer for the Knights as they narrowly won 5-4. In singles competition, Chowdhury defeated Ashen De Silva by finals of 6-0 and 6-1. Rasmussen was defeated by Garrett Rusikoff 6-3 and 7-5. Hilpert turned things around against Justin Bradfield as he won 6-1 in both sets. Willitson won against Joseph Gelfond 6-0 and 6-3. Stevens was defeated by Orion Wilkinson by finals of 6-0 and 6-3. And finally, Trueblood found a victory against Thomas Weiss 6-1 and 6-2. In doubles competition, the Orange and Black would only win one match. Hilpert and Willitson defeated Bradfield and Tyler Schonkweiler 8-6. Chowdhury and Rasmussen fell 8-5 against Rusikoff and Wilkinson. And Trueblood and Wigman also recorded a 9-7 loss against De Silva and Weiss. That win put the Knights at 9-5 overall, and we'll sit down with a couple of tennis players later on in the show. But still, coming up next on Sports Night, we'll shine our senior spotlight on a baseball player who hasn't lost a game in his entire Wartburg career.
And we'll look at where the baseball and softball teams are in the standings as they enter conference play. Don't touch that remote. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
The Waverly Chamber of Commerce is proud to support these local businesses: PDCM Insurance, Waverly Light and Power, and Angie Chaplin Leadership Partners. The Waverly Chamber of Commerce, on Main Street Community.
This is your brain. This is heroin. This is what happens to your brain after snorting heroin. And this is what your body goes through. It's not over yet. This is what your family goes through. And your friends and your money. And your job and your self-respect and your future. Any questions?
My mama always said, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my!
I could have been a contender.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
Support for Wartburg Television comes from East Bremer Diner, located at 117 East Bremer Avenue, or contact by phone at 319-352-2455.
Welcome back. Both the Wartburg softball and baseball teams had games postponed over the past week due to weather, so neither team has played a conference game to this point. Still, based on non-conference records, the Knights baseball team is the runaway leader in the Iowa Conference with a 10-2 record heading into conference play. You see, the Knights have played far more games than second-place Luther. That's due to the Knights' winter break trip to Arizona. And an update on some of the individual leaders, Ryan Powers leads not only the Knights, but the entire nation with a .579 batting average. Three other Knights also have averages over the 400 mark. They are Blake Wilson, Tony Stenberg, and Drew Yoder. The Knights as a team, both batting average and slugging percentage, both in the top 10 in the nation, with both stats coming in at 9th.
And speaking of good starts to the baseball season, this week SportsKnight's Ryan Jorgensen has more on the baseball diamond.
Number 7, Joe Moen. Just a humble guy from Rochester, Minnesota. But when he is on the pitching mound, opposing batters better watch out.
Yeah, hey, Joe's just a hard-working, good team guy. Always is into the game, looking forward to the opportunity to come into a game. And
Joe comes out of the bullpen, throwing a fastball, changeup, curveball, and a slider. Joe wasn't always a reliever. He was a starting pitcher coming out of high school. After shoulder injury, that changed.
She started off my senior year. I threw a lot of pitches. We were a playoff-bound team. We had a lot of games coming up, and I pitched a lot, and I threw close to 200 innings in 2 years. So they had a lot of wear and tear on my shoulder. So nothing's really torn. It's just a little bit worn out.
he was 12-0 his senior year in high school, and had some arm issues really through the first couple years, and I think that was from the high school season.
After barely playing his freshman year due to his injury, Joe bounced back and moved to the bullpen for his sophomore and junior seasons. Joe has showed dominance as a reliever. He has an ERA of around 4, but the more amazing stat is that Joe has never lost a game as a Knight.
You know what? I don't think I even knew that. I guess that doesn't surprise me that Joe's been in some ball games and has done a good job of coming in relief and helping us win.
Yeah, it's definitely looking at continuing on that. There's a confidence booster knowing that I haven't lost a game at Wartburg, so it just feels really good about that.
Baseball is a team sport, and Joe will be the first one to tell you that.
Just knowing that we had a great experience in that on defense, just comfort knowing that, a ball point and play, our defense can make a play. This says a lot about our team with the way that we've been playing right now. We have very few errors.
The Knights are looking good so far this year, and with the help of Joe, they have their sights set on an IIAC championship. Reporting for SportsKnight, I'm Ryan Jorgensen.
The softball team hasn't had the same success as the baseball team this season, but looking at where the Knights were last season, the record doesn't seem so bad. Wartburg is 4-10 in non-conference play, which puts them in last in the Iowa Conference in terms of winning percentage. It seems the Knights will have a tough conference slate once again, as 3 Iowa Conference teams are ranked in the top 25 in the country, with arch rival Luther leading the way at number 7.
Now, weather has been forcing the Knights to practice inside, and this week on They Can We, Nathan Ford goes into Hoover Fieldhouse to take a few swings in the batting cages.
I'm here with Wartburg's catcher Katie Wyman, and she's going to try to teach me how to hit softballs today. I played a little bit of Little League baseball back in my day, but that's been a long time, so I need a little bit of a refresher. What are the main keys to hitting?
Well, you want to make sure that your feet are lined up, so you're aiming the right way at the pitcher, and then you want to make sure you got your hands lined up right, and make sure your eyes on the ball the whole time. Take your head away, you're not going to hit anything.
All right, well, sounds simple enough. Let's see how I do. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was kind of low. Oh, at least I made contact. Ground ball double play right there.
After the first couple swings, I was feeling pretty good, but it all went downhill from there. As if I hadn't thoroughly embarrassed myself enough, it was time to see how Katie would do.
That looks pretty good. Yeah, she's a little better than me. That's a home run right there.
Katie making contact on every swing and hitting the ball a fair distance really showed me how terrible I am.
All right, so obviously Katie is a little more practiced at this than me, and that's why I'm going to stick to the slow pitch leagues. But you can come check out Wartburg's fast pitch team. When?
Next Wednesday is our first home game versus Grinnell.
And that starts 4 p.m., right?
Yep.
All right, so make sure you check out the Knights and support them against Grinnell.
Reporting for SportsKnight,
my back is killing me.
I'm Nathan Ford.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick and get Nathan some aspirin, but here's what's coming up next on SportsKnight. When we come back, we go inside the locker room with 2 tennis players who are considerably more athletic than I am. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
The Waverly Family Restaurant welcomes you to stop in for home-cooked meals and friendly service. Their specialty weekend buffets are perfect for the whole family. Open 6:30 a.m. daily, located next to the Red Fox Inn.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people. Connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Well, I first started skating with my friend. He had an extra board, and then he just gave it to me, and I've been skating ever since. Well, when I don't land a trick and I have my mind set on something, and I'm not getting what I want, I just keep going for it until I get it right. My mom, she didn't go to college, so she wants me to experience that whole thing, and so I could end up getting like a good job. I think to get into college, I'll have to be determined. Just like when I want to get a new trick, and skating's helped me realize I've got what it takes.
Support for Wartburg Television comes from Ziggy's Domino's Pizza, located at 501 West Bremer Avenue. Order by phone at 319-483-9444.
Welcome back to the studio. Joining me now in the locker room are senior tennis players Blaine Willitson and Brian Rasmussen. Thanks for coming in tonight.
You're welcome.
So far on the season, 9-5 overall. What are your thoughts?
I think we started out pretty strong. We had a rough go in Florida, played some tough teams down there, but it was good competition. Now we're coming back in and hopefully trying to get outside.
Yeah, I think we had a tough start down in Florida, but it's going to prepare us well for later on.
What were the goals coming into this season?
Last year we finished third, and so we're always trying to get the conference championship, and so we're setting the bar high. We have a good chance of doing it this year.
Yep, same conference championship.
Okay. How has leadership on the team been different this year, especially with it being your senior year?
I think we have a strong core. We got 3 seniors. So that's more than we've had in a long time. So I think we really rely heavy on experience.
I think coaches really stress putting the leadership on us as well, and so we've kind of stepped into that role and throughout the year.
Like I mentioned, it is your senior year. Has it really hit you that it's almost over?
Not for me, no.
No, I don't know what's going to happen after graduation.
Okay. Who's going to be the toughest competition this year, or have you already faced your toughest competition?
We probably played, down in Florida, we played Aquinas, the number 9 in the nation in NI, so that was probably our toughest competition. But Co definitely will be the hardest one in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when does outdoors start? Is that just when the weather gets nice?
Yeah, hopefully we'll move outside on Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Who has really stepped up on the team this year? Do you think some of the younger guys or even upperclassmen?
I think our freshman, Yusuf Chowdhury, he's kind of stepped up into the top 3 position on our team in singles and doubles. I know it's hard coming in as a freshman. And then also Dayton Stevens and Josh Trueblood, really upperclassmen now, playing well as of late and then on Saturday.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think everyone 1 through 6 is playing really well.
Okay. Now, you guys both play doubles and singles. What do you prefer?
I like singles just because if I make a mistake, it's all on me, and I can't blame it on my doubles partner, but that's just for me.
I'm more of a doubles guy. I think like the team aspect, I get pretty fired up playing with another person.
When did you start playing tennis, and talk a little about how your passion has evolved throughout the years?
Well, I started in about middle school and then played with some other guys in high school. And when Brian and I went out to Stanford together, that's kind of how I grew my passion for tennis, coaching it, taking it from a different aspect and to my game of playing tennis.
I started when I was 6. My dad took me down to the courts. We live like 3 houses away from our tennis courts, so I started then.
Okay. Senior year, what are you trying to leave behind for the younger guys?
I'd just say just show your passion for the game and work hard.
I think a winning mentality is definitely huge. We're definitely expecting conference championships from here on out.
Okay. And what's to come for the rest of the season? What do you think? What are your predictions?
Oh, we have our tough conference coming up. We have the rest of the IAC that we play, and so hopefully we can get some good wins and get a good seed in the IAC tournament.
Same.
Okay, unfortunately that's all the time we have, but thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
The show may be halfway done, but we still have a lot of good stuff coming up, including we'll go inside the numbers and look at an event that hopes to change hundreds of lives just by dancing. We'll be right back.
Waverly Area Economic Development invites you to check out why their motto is green and growing. With our strong labor force, excellent schools, and innovative manufacturing facilities, it's no wonder why Bremer County has the second lowest unemployment rating in Iowa. Waverly Economic Development.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
A few decisions in life are big. Your first car, your dream home, your career, who to share your life with. The best choices feel right in your heart and make sense in your head. Choosing a college belongs on that list too. These big decisions, the life changers, are best when they promise dependability, stability, and possibility. Wartburg College promises all three. Like the mighty fortress for which it's named, Wartburg has weathered the storms and withstood the test of time. When others falter, Wartburg builds anew. When uncertainty rocks the world, Wartburg stands strong. When others lose their way, Wartburg remembers its core values. Do something right for your head and your heart. Choose Wartburg College. Leadership, service, faith, learning. Wartburg College. Online at wartburg.edu.
Rack 'em Up Promotions has a full line of promotional items. They carry corporate as well as team and spirit apparel. If you're looking for something different, check us out.
Welcome back to Sports Night. Most people can dance for about an hour or so, but can they go for 10 hours straight? One group of Wartburg students did to raise money for a good cause. Sports Night's Caitlin Harbach joined Dance Marathon for this week's Inside the Numbers.
The music, the costumes, and the kids. It's all part of the 5th year of Dance Marathon at Wartburg College. 166 registered dancers and 11 families partied with a purpose in Lubbock Arena this Saturday with games and, of course, dancing. Executive Director Michaela Briggs says seeing people from all around campus says a lot about the support at Wartburg.
We've got soccer players, football players, musicians, writers, all sorts of majors, just a big, good group of people coming together for a cause.
The organization requires year-round planning to raise money for the University of Iowa's Children's Hospital, affiliated with the national charity, the Children's Miracle Network. Teams made up of Wartburg students work to raise at least $100 or more to be donated to the cause throughout the school year. Morale captain Alyssa Larson said while she enjoys being a part of it, Dance Marathon means much more to her than just giving back. In 2002, Larson's youngest brother was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and he later died that year at the age of 5. During his treatment, Larson says Dance Marathon inspired her to get involved.
Dance Marathon provided a lot of support to me, both of my brothers, even though only one of them was the one who was sick. So I wanted to continue that, and when I found out Wartburg had a Dance Marathon, I knew I had to be a part.
The money goes towards over 17 million patients with cancer, cystic fibrosis, and other illnesses. Even after graduation from the college, both members say they want to continue this cause beyond the Wartburg bubble.
Dance Marathon has been a part of my life for over 13 years now, and I still have another year here, but I hope to continue as a volunteer at this Dance Marathon and other dance marathons.
I think it gives the families and the kids a sense of hope and knowing that they have more support than just family and friends in the hospital. I mean, they have entire groups of people at these colleges across the state that are there for them, and they do it for them.
Reporting for Sports Night, I'm Caitlin Harbach.
Wartburg raised $32,000, which is a $4,000 increase from last year's Dance Marathon. And if you want to learn more about donations, you can send an email at wartburgdm@gmail.com. And in the final block of Sports Night, we will reveal who our Athlete of the Week is. Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
I'm home, and I love it. I'm home, where I belong.
It's always nice to come home, but many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Making home affordable from the U.S. government has already helped over 1 million struggling homeowners like these. The sooner you act, the better chance we can help you.
I'm home where I belong.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Where have you been?
I lost my cat.
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, so I made this cat magnet to try and get him back.
Cool. Does it work?
Kinda.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's not my cat. Gotta keep working on it. See ya.
See ya.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
Support for Wartburg Television comes from Joe's Nighthawk. Joe's Nighthawk offers a casual dining option for the community as well as a place for you to hang with your friends. Located just 1 block from the Wartburg campus, Joe's Nighthawk has a variety of daily specials, karaoke every Friday, and dancing? You bet. Book your weddings, graduations, and birthdays now in the party room. Joe's Nighthawk, located on the corner of Bremer Avenue and 10th Street Northwest.
Welcome back to the final segment of Sports Night. The Wartburg Athletic Department learned Monday that they would be losing head trainer Tim Caberna after this school year. Caberna will be leaving Wartburg, where he has spent 7 years, for the same position at Hope College in Michigan. Caberna says the decision was made in an effort to be closer to his family, which is based in Michigan. Athletic Director Rick Willis said that there will be no immediate rush to fill the position, at least until the end of the school year. Assistant trainers Amanda Elson and Emily Link will both remain at Wartburg.
It's time to reveal the final athlete of the week for the year, and senior tennis player Josh Trueblood takes the honor. Trueblood had quite a week, dropping only 1 game in his singles match against Morningside College and contributing to an easy doubles victory as well. The Vampire also sucked the life from Loris, easily winning his singles match 6-2 and 6-1, and teaming with Coy Wigman for an 8-0 doubles victory. Trueblood and the Knights will play next at Wisconsin Lacrosse on Saturday, April 6th.
Before we go, we here at Sports Night are a sentimental folk. This week we assigned our own Justin Zacconi to go dig through the archives and look for footage of Shelby and I.
So here are the highlights of our Sports Night careers. So Kyle, the presidential race is really heating up. You know, did you hear Romney's ahead for the Florida primaries?
Stop right there, Shelby. I don't care about boring things like news next week until I have to. So let's just talk about sports, all right?
Okay. With the football season coming to a close, we thought it would be best to shine our spotlight on a Gridiron Knight senior. Sports Night Jason Meyer recaps the career of tight end Todd Sampson.
The softball team was in action against NAIA opponent Iowa Wesleyan. Let's head out to the Diamond for some Knights softball. The Knights came out to play as Wartburg pitcher Alyssa Neighbor strikes out Leah Strong to close out the top of the first inning. Paul's parkour ability allows him to transform any old building into his own personal playground.
Knights don't find their home at Wartburg their freshman year. Some Knights run out of eligibility before their senior year. And some Knights win a national championship their first year at Wartburg. All these things are true for senior wrestler Cody Silvestri. Yet through all those changes, you're still fat.
The women's cross-country team was in Cleveland for the Division III National Championships on Saturday as they look to carry their momentum from the regional championship the week before.
I can't believe Butler made it all the way to the Final Four this year.
Taylor, I totally called that.
No, you didn't. No.
Seriously, take a look.
Kyle, that is literally a blank bracket.
Yeah, I know, Taylor, but I just thought it'd be nice for you to see a bracket that's worse than yours.
If I were to tackle Shelby to the ground right now, security would be here in no time.
But a couple 100 feet away in the W, that same activity is a sport.
No, this isn't because tax season is upon us or because finals loom in the distance. The reason for these emotions is March Madness, that magical time of year when emotions can swing faster than Taylor can eat a donut. Sports Night.
Just hopeless. Can someone show this fool the real theme?
Thank you so much to Sports Information getting our stats to us. Thank you so much to our crew. Everybody back at the station, they did a great job, especially our film crew down on the sidelines with Kyle Pomolia and I'm blanking on her name. Wow.
I think you got everyone.
I'm an awful person.
You've been thunderstruck.
Thanks for putting up with us for 4 years.
It's been a tough job. Have a good night.